What is up, guys, and welcome to another series of Project Boro. But this series is a little bit different because in this series, I'm in charge.
As the Uruguayan curls one in. Oh, Middlesbrough take the lead!
We are here. FM24 beta release has dropped, and we are ready to go with our beta FM save career mode, whatever you want to call it. It all starts here. I am, of course, going to be starting a brand new fresh Road to Glory career mode on the official game when that drops. But in between now and then, we're going to be doing a little bit of a fun short-term career mode to get used to the game, check out the new features, see what bugs there might be, see what works, see what doesn't, and it just gives us better knowledge going in to the start of our Road to Glory. And of course, who else would we be doing a short-term career mode on the beta other than the Boro? Of course, we're going to bring Project Boro and we're going to bring it in to Football Manager. And right here, we are going to jump straight in and see what we can do as Boro Boss. Can we get Middlesbrough Football Club promoted? Can we get them out of the Championship? Michael Carrick, he's been fobbed off. Steve Gibson's had enough. And yeah, we're here to hopefully see if we can do what he couldn't and get the Boro in the Premier League. So let's have a little look then. This is all brand new. This is what the whole point of this beta save career mode is that we're just getting used to everything, getting used to where everything is, if there's anything that's different. I haven't personally played FM in a few months, so it's all a little bit new to me still. But of course, we're going to go with Boro because that's our club. That's what we're wanting to do. And game mode wise, so the original way to play Football Manager updated squads will be in use at the start of each new career, even if those transfers haven't happened yet by the corresponding real life date. We can either go with that or real world, where we'll start at the clubs where they are at the start date of this career. They will then move to their new club on the same date they did in real life as the career progresses, or we can just start with our own world. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the real world, so all the updated signings are in, and we should be able to just get kick-started straight away into the career. So let's go with that. So then, here we are. The news is out. Middlesbrough Football Club have confirmed today the appointment of yours truly, and eyebrows, as they always are in Football Manager, have been raised in the world of football due to the inexperienced 27-year-old, of course. And I'm going to place plenty of questions, etc., etc. Managing one of my favourite clubs, managing my club here on FM, and we are ready to get going. So this is what we're looking at in this career mode. So Neil Bowser, the legend that is Mr. Neil Bowser, has welcomed us to the club, and this is what Boro are currently looking like at the moment. So the media have got us to finish 4th once again in the playoffs, which, yeah, I'd say is fair enough, despite the drop-off in Boro's squad. I'd say that's a realistic expectation, but hopefully it's not one that we completely fail at. Kieran Scott, of course, as we well know, our most fierce rivals are Sunderland, which I guess currently makes sense given the fact we've not played Newcastle in 13 years or whatever it is. And yep, here's an idea of where Boro were. Of course, we finished 4th last season in the playoffs. Didn't have a great FA Cup run last year, if I recall correctly, if I'm right in saying, but it might be that or it might be in the League Cup, can't remember which, but yeah, we're here and we're ready to go at the Boro. Obviously all the stuff we already know about, Boro's ground, the Riverside, decent capacity, and we are known for having one of the best training facilities and youth recruitment outside of the Premier League. We're not going to pay too much attention to the transfer budget or wage budget, because what I'm going to do is we are going to just work with the squad that we've got currently up until January to add to the realism. We're not going to try and make any new crazy signings early on. We want to work with the squad that Boro have got currently and seeing where that takes us. And of course, club history there, Boro have the one major trophy to their name, which was the League Cup that we won 20 years ago in 2004. And we've been runners-up in the FA Cup, the League Cup again, the UEFA Europa League in 2006, etc. And this is the best team that the game has offered us. So let's see how accurate this is then. So in goal, they don't even have Senny Dieng yet. So I'm guessing that's because he's a new signing. Tommy Smith, Dale Fry, Lenihan, obviously Coulson is currently there. It'll be interesting to see who we get in our team, who takes a claim to be our left back, whether it's Engel or Bangura. Midfield 2, obviously we're going to probably have Hayden Hackney in there, or possibly Dan Barlasser. Not sure why McNair's gone in there. And to be fair, the front four's rather accurate. Jones on the right. Crooks has been our best looking 10 so far. McGree is a must starter on the left. And I guess Force could play up front. A lot of people have been crying out for that anyway. But, you know, between Force, Lightly Lath, and of course Joshie Coburn as well, to see how he gets on. And I'm also very excited to see how Rav Vandenberg is on the game, because of course he is a bit of a wonder kid, you could say, and it'd be interesting to see if he's a wonder kid on FM as well. Looking at the others, I'm guessing it's got everything else that's up to date. Lewis O'Brien's in on loan, Sam Greenwood of course as well. Of course, Lewis O'Brien's someone who we should definitely start in midfield as well. And of course, yeah, Chia Rakpom's gone out as it mentions. So let's move on and see what Neil Bowser and Steve Gibson are wanting from us. So the board culture is to develop players using the youth system, which has always been something Boro have been very, very good at. Sign players from lower levels, which we have started doing a lot more in recent years. Do not sign players over the age of 30, which is interesting, which fits the way I play FM. I never ever like signing players who are any older than like 28. I'm all about getting the young players in. Work within a wage budget is pretty standard when you're playing in the Championship and you're working towards FFP. And these are the big ones then. Obviously, we're not going to be doing 5 years at Boro in this cream, what I wouldn't have thought. But it does look like they are wanting promotion within the next season or two. So not this season, but next season. Or is that this season? N24-25? No, it's not. Next season, win promotion to the Premier League. And that's when our contract expires. So that's going to be the make or break, you'd imagine, at the end of next season, to see if we have achieved that. If we have, we'll probably get a new contract once Boro get to the Premier League. If we don't get Boro up, we might not get an extended contract. Work towards developing the Sky Bet Championship's best youth system. And then on that, afterwards, it's, yeah, I guess, just work towards gaining. I think it says win promotion to the Premier League, work towards gaining automatic promotion to the Premier League. So I don't get what that's all about when it wants us to do it in 24-25. We'll see. But anyway, it's basically to just continue to be competitive in getting Boro promoted and be fighting at the top of the league, which is exactly what you'd expect from Boro and the size of the club. So in terms of club culture, developing youth players, as I've mentioned, entertaining football goes without saying. Supporters expect us to reach the playoffs, which I think is a realistic goal for Boro. Finish above Sunderland's a big one. I'd agree with that as well. And if we do play Newcastle, be competitive against them. I agree. Same with Leeds. I agree. And be competitive against Burnley and Derby. Interesting that. I would say Derby in recent years are a bit of a rival. Burnley, maybe if you want to go back 10 years, maybe, something like that. Maybe 10 years. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. But that's interesting that they've added a couple more other rivalries in there. So schedule a press conference with the media. Yes, I'd say. Inter-squad friendly, yeah, go on then. And I'd say every month for backroom staff and meetings, because they are a little bit tedious. So here we are, ready to go. I'll get all the introductions out of the way, as we pretty much know exactly what we're doing. If I come across anything new and different, I'll probably show you guys what that's all about. But we should be heading pretty quickly towards getting our squad and our tactics in order. So something that is new is the set piece introduction, and this is really, really interesting. You can get yourself set piece coaches and it makes them a lot more customizable. So defensive marking strategy, which do we prefer? So we can go zonal, where defenders will cover key areas of the pitch. Player marking, where defenders will tightly mark the opponents. Or the biggest aerial defenders will mark zonally, whilst the rest will mark individual opponents. That for me sounds like a good mix. Get the players who are the best aerially to defend the right areas, get others to man mark. I guess there might be a bit of a weakness when it comes to the man marking of some players, but if the right areas are covered, then hopefully that will work. What posts do you want players marking whilst defending? Wow. I don't want to take up too many bodies with both posts, but it's always careless when you don't defend one of the posts, right? So I'm going to go near post. How many players do you like to leave forward? We either defend the box with all efforts focused on defending the box, counter-attack with a few players being left forward, or 1 or 2 players will be left forward in a balanced. I quite like the counter-attack. I think if we've got pacey players, I'm looking at Jones, I'm looking at Latif. I like that. How do you prefer the ball to be delivered from attacking set pieces? Wow, this is so cool. Not a fan of far post, gives the defence too much time to get the head on it. Central, good balance, near post. Maybe get a cheeky flick on, so I'm going to go near post. How many players do you want to leave back defending during attacking a set piece? So we can have quite a defensive transition with not many players in the box. Stay high or balanced. Balanced, but a bit weak in transition, getting counter-attacked on. So I'm going to be a little careful there. How do you want your set pieces to be delivered? In swinger every day of the week. And, well, Jonathan Woodgate is going to get that sorted for us. Nice one. And look at all this. So we've got in-swinger, Johnny Howson. I mean, Boro's set-piece takers are normally pretty bad, to be fair. But they've built out the set pieces for us, which I think is pretty cool. But in terms of what we can do here, I mean, yeah, I love it. It's something that will take time to perfect. But, yeah, the fact we can customise this is pretty awesome. And if we slip that to defend... So, this is where I would want Isaiah Jones, yes, and this would be Lath. So if we had Lath up front, it would be him and Jones up front. That's perfect for me. We could be ruthless on the counter-attack, actually, with them two staying in and around the halfway line. I'm guessing then our best aerial defenders marking them zonal areas. We're going to go with A1, who is Lenahan, A2, which is Clark, or would be Dale Fry, I'd say. And Dykesdale, who, I don't know where he's playing in the current lineup, if I'm honest, but I see what they're trying to do. I see how it works. Arkpom, R.I.P. He's gone. There's a lot of signings that need to get themselves through, but nice. I really love that, and it does say the backroom staff are responsible for it, so I'm going to continue with that, but I love that. That is a fantastic addition. So, we're finally here. The opening day is upon us, and I've got to say... It has been a very, very, very good pre-season. We've won every single game of pre-season, only conceding once, and that was in our final friendly against Galatasaray in a 2-1 win. And Marcus Forss with the double. He's coming into the season in good form. Their only goal come from an own goal as well, so we've not actually conceded to an opposition player as yet. In the previous friendlies, we had Morgan Rogers picking up a goal. Forss got 2 again against Bray Wanderers with McGree and Hackney picking up a goal apiece, and then going back to the York, of course. Rakpom got 2, of course. He had left us not long after. This is, of course, matched up with the real-life transfers, so as it stands, a lot of the guys who we have signed in real life are through the door. There's a few still to come in, so we are still missing our 2 first-choice left-backs, which Boro obviously were missing at the start of the season. A lot of players still to come in. Lewis O'Brien's not come in yet, of course, neither is Sam Greenwood. They were deadline day signings, and a couple of Boro players still haven't gone out, like Piero, etc. And I don't think Akpom's gone yet, and we're still waiting on Latte Lath to come in as well. So it's very much put me in the position that Carrick was in at the start of the season, and to be in that position and actually understand where he was kind of coming from is crazy. But yeah, this is what we're going to currently be looking at in terms of our starting 11. Tactic wise, I have tried to set Boro up in a very similar way to how they set up in real life, but trying to make a few tweaks that I would have made personally. So in terms of our tactical style, I am going with custom control possession, which, to be fair, is how I play FM anyway. My style of play is it's not quite as extreme as Russell Martin, but it is possession heavy, because in my mind, I feel like if the opposition don't have the ball, they can't hurt you. So we keep the ball as much as possible. And what I've got is quite similar to what Boro had already. I have increased our attacking width. Boro were playing quite narrow, and I feel like that was one of the things that was one of the weaknesses or negatives from Boro in real life at the start of the season, is that we were playing way too narrow. Everything else, though, is pretty much as I would play anyway. Playing it from the back, keeping the passes short and simple, trying to keep the ball, not taking too many risks. I have increased the tempo, though. It was quite low. That obviously makes the intensity go up, but I still think it's at a decent level where we shouldn't have to worry too much about fitness. Time wasting, obviously, is a never. Work the ball at the box is what I want to do as well. I do like getting wingers to cross the ball in, but let's just take time to work the ball at the box and pick the right pass. Not bothered about playing for set pieces, because Boro are crap at them, if I'm honest, even with the new set piece system. Not bothered about dribbling or running at defence. And creative freedom, I'm not sure. We'll see how things go with that. Transition's a big one though. Boro were very poor in transition in real life. So when we lose the ball, we counter-press, we try and win it back straight away. But when we win possession, we stay in shape. We get back into our shape and we build from there. Everything else is pretty much the same. Distribute centre-backs, goalkeeper in possession. I'm not bothered either way. What he does there and taking short kicks is what Boro do. And then out of possession, this will probably change. It's probably one of the more flexible things that might change depending on who the opposition is. But I've stuck with a mid-block and a high line. Bit of a risk because Boro's defenders aren't the paciest. So I'll drop the defensive line down to standard so we don't get running behind too much. But yeah, we'll adjust this depending on the opposition. If they're a possession-based side, if they're not. This is something else that is new, by the way, the pressing trap. This probably can be adjusted depending on the team we're playing with. If it's a team who are quite weak out wide, we can press them and trap them outside. If they're stronger, centrally, then we won't want to press inwards. And again, if they're a good side, we plan to stop crosses. If they're a poor crossing side, then we'll happily invite them to cross the ball in the box. So it depends on the opposition for me. As for the team then, this is what I've gone with. So we are slightly tied with, of course, the signings that haven't come in yet, like Boro were in real life. But I've gone with Rav van den Berg as our starting right back. In real life, he was a bit more of an untapped unknown and a bit of a risk, I guess you could say. But I've seen enough from Rav van den Berg to have him in there ahead of obviously Smith and Dijksteel, who at this point in the season were injured. Lenihan and Fry have to start together in my opinion. Coulson is our only left back, as he was at the start of the season, with Bangura and Engels still to come in. But like Boro do in real life, the right back's going to be defensive and inverted. He's going to make a back three when Boro are out of possession, and Coulson's going to be the one who's given pretty much free rein to attack down the left as the wing back. The midfield two I've kept the same. I was tempted to put Barlasser in there, but Hackney and Howson have good chemistry. I have moved Hackney a little bit further forward and turned him into a deep lying playmaker rather than what I think he was, which was a defensive midfield, to get Hackney a bit more involved. Jones is the out-and-out winger down the right. McGree is the inverted winger cutting inside, which should make space for the overlapping Coulson. 10 is still the big question mark. Obviously, in real life, we've got Crooks in there. I personally think Rodgers is a better player for that, so I've got him in behind Marcus Force, who is the poacher. He is better as an advanced forward, but I'm going to keep him as a poacher because he has been scoring goals so far this season. And after that, we're quite light, to be honest with you. A lot of players injured, a lot of players who aren't going to be here pretty soon, and obviously plenty of signings to come in. So that's what we're adopting tactically and from a lineup point of view. So now we're going to whiz forward 5 days for the first game of the season at home to Millwall. So the tactics, this is the expected lineup. We already know all this stuff. I'm happy with the starting 11 I've already picked outside this, but yeah, it's interesting to see that Millwall, they have attackers down the width. They also have Zion Fleming as a threat in the middle. So they've got threats all over the park. We have been advised to change the style to positive, which I'm happy to do. I think when we're at home, that's a pretty good idea. I don't want to be putting crosses into the box really, because they've got very big physical centre back. So I'm not as bothered about making that a matchup in the middle. Force isn't going to beat them two in the air by any stretch. So I'm happy to continue to play the way we play in possession. Out of possession, I don't really think there's a specific way to combat this Millwall side. I mean, we could try and press them down the outside to keep the ball away from Zion Fleming, and just hope that Eze and Watmore don't do too much damage down the wings. But they are a physical side. Bradshaw's not the biggest, so I'm going to invite crosses. I'm going to say to them, take the ball out wide, put the ball in, and I'm trusting Lenihan and Fry will clean up anything that does come in. So we are then in the dressing room, ready to give the players that one final word before they head out for the opening game of the season in the Championship. Big day for the boys. I'm going to just say it's important we make use of home advantage, especially on an opening day where I'm sure there'll be a lot of fans probably watching the Boro for the first time. Big bumper crowd on the opening day will give the defence, midfield and attack a bit of a boost. And we're ready to go here at the Riverside. And well, look at them wonderful presentation graphics. They look absolutely amazing, don't they? Obviously, Football Manager's got the rights to the EFL, and, well, it looks outstanding, doesn't it? There's the league table. You won't be surprised to see Southampton did win their opening night game against Sheffield Wednesday, and we are hoping that we can do exactly the same and join them on 3 points out of 3. As Boro get this one underway, I'm going to just flip it to key highlights so we don't see everything, and we'll increase the gameplay speed a little bit and hope that Boro can get us off and running, and it won't be a repeat of what we saw in real life, which of course was a Boro defeat to Millwall on the opening day. But it looks like they've started well. They've had a shot on target anyway. I'll give the boys a bit of early encouragement here as Millwall look to build the ball out from the right-hand side. McNamara forced backwards, but then plays a long ball forward, which is hopeless to Senny Dieng. Hopefully that's not the highlight, and there is something at the end of this that might bring a little bit of joy for Boro. It's surprised to see Dieng play that long. I mean, we've asked him to play it short and play out from the back, so I don't know why he's hoofing that towards a Millwall back line who are going to eat them for breakfast. So we've gifted possession straight right back to Millwall, and well, we nearly paid the price there. That was a good block from Darragh Lenihan. As, we just don't seem to have started too well here. Millwall on the front foot. Corner in swinger. Oh, well, clearly there wasn't anything special about that corner, as we've saw nothing from that. But still, we've got another one. Boro just can't get out their own half here. Oh, they've hit the post! They've hit the post, Millwall. First chance from a set piece. No surprise there. We'd get away with one there early on. And we need to fire the boys up here because, we've seen nothing from the Boro yet in this opening half. Millwall players looking pretty happy with themselves at the moment. We need something to just turn this game around. It's not been a good first half from us. Bit like real life, it's going to peter out. Half-time 0-0. Nothing to show for it really. We've done barely anything. I'm just going to say we'll keep going and we'll hopefully get a result. But, not the greatest half of football I've ever seen. Luckily, our little bit of motivation there is helped by the looks of things, and we can hopefully pick things up second half. Here we are, the first we've seen of Boro playing the ball around. Hackney, Force, Rogers. Pretty good football. Hackney with the shot there, and Neely, like he did in real life against Huddersfield, he nearly buried a beauty. As the goalkeeper's gone off, Sarkic has gone off injured for Millwall. Well, is that going to change things? Rogers tried to play the ball over the top there. It was headed away. Here's Lenihan. Oh, what a beautiful ball from Hackney. Morgan Rogers should score. The substitute goalkeeper has made a pretty good save. That was a great ball through the middle, but a good save to match, as the corner's a pretty poor one. And it doesn't come to anything. That was a chance. A big chance for Boro. Corner. Looks like we've come out slightly the better side, although that's a poor header from Lenihan. Over the roof of the net. As, have I just seen Watford 0 QPR 4? Are we living in a parallel universe or something here? What is going on? Anyway, throwing on the left-hand side. McGree into Rogers, back to Hackney. Can Boro find a way through? We've nicked it. Force is in. He's got a score. Force scores for Boro. And we are off and running. 67 minutes in. Force delivers and puts us 1-0 up. Looked like the move had broken down here as Fleming made the tackle, but Rogers nicked it. Good little shimmy from Force to open the space up for himself in the box, and he puts it beyond the substitute goalkeeper. And in this very tight game, it looks like Boro have just come out second half, found our rhythm and got ourselves in front. I am going to make a couple of changes though. I'm going to bring on Matt Crooks for Riley. I'll bring Silvera. I'll bring Silvera on as he can play as an inverted winger, I believe. A little bit nervous, but I understand that's to be expected on his debut. And I think I'll swap out Hackney for Barlasser. Although Hackney's looked like he's had a pretty good game, to be fair. And we'll stick the we'll stick it back to balanced, so we're, aware defensively as well, and I'm wondering if I'm just going to instruct and just calm Silvera down a little bit, but there is stuff happening. We've won the ball in what looks like our own third there towards the corner flag. Force holds it up well, plays it out to Isaiah Jones, who cuts back on the right-hand side. Here's Vandenberg. Don't lose the ball there. Howson, good ball into Rodgers. Lovely. Force, is he onside here? He's onside! And he's got the double! Oh, he isn't onside! The flag has gone up. Damn it! I thought we might get another look at that, but we didn't. It would have been a cracking goal. And we are into stoppage time here. 5 minutes added on. Is there going to be another highlight, or are we going to hang on here? We're into the 96th minute and we hang on to an opening day victory. Boro 1, Millwall 0. It was tight, it was cagey. Maybe what you'd expect, but we did much better in the second half, as you can see there, and we got the goal when it mattered. Big win. Big win for the boys, that. Nice work, everyone. That was good. I am very happy with that. And we come away from the opener 3 points to the good, clean sheet as well, and a big win for the Boro. So, elsewhere, QPR beat Watford 4-1. What? But we will move on now and head to, I believe, the opening round of the League Cup. We're off to Oakwell in midweek, to Barnsley in the hope of progressing in another game we lost in real life. So, let's head to the midweek game in hope that we can get into the second round of the League Cup. So here we are for the midweek game in the Cup then against Barnsley, and we are going to make a few changes. I don't think in terms of the style of play we're going to make that many changes. I was wanting to bring Josh Coburn in to start this one, but he sadly suffered a gashed leg just before the game. So that's another injury to add to the unbelievably long list, and I'm going to have to just add Chuba Akpom to the bench even though he's leaving. I'm not going to use him, but we are literally out of players now that we can realistically use until others come in. We've got 3 keepers on the bench and an injured player and one that's leaving. It's not great. But we are going to make a couple of changes. I'm going to preserve Johnny Howson's fitness, and I think I'm going to start Dan Barlasser alongside him. And I think we'll have Dan Barlasser as a more supporting deep line playmaker alongside Hayden Hackney. I might drop him back to being a bit more defensive actually, just so we've got that covered. Elsewhere, I do want to give Sammy Silvera a first start on the right in place of Isaiah Jones. And other than that, I think I'll give Matt Crooks a go in behind Force. Like I say, I was wanting to put Coburn up front, and ideally we'd want someone else on the left to help manage McGree, but we don't have that at the moment. So that's what we're going to do. Elsewhere, I think our tactics stay pretty much the same. Barnsley play quite narrow with a 10 and 2 centre forwards, so I'm happy to force them out wide and invite them to make crosses because they don't have any width. So that's the plan of attack. Hopefully we can progress into the second round of the League Cup, 20 years on from when we won it, of course. So let's head into the dressing room then and give them our usual. So let's just say we're favourites and we should be winning this one comfortably, and give them our usual motivational speech. And it seems to have worked on a lot of the lads, not all of them. And here we are for the Carabao Cup, which of course is also branded up pretty nicely with the EFL as well. So Boro in their away kit, which has proved to be quite lucky for us so far this season. And we're getting ready to get things underway here at Oakwell, a place we notoriously have been terrible. I hate it when Boro go to Oakwell. I've been myself once, and we were atrocious, and we lost in the league to Barnsley many years ago. But we've won the ball back here in Barnsley's half, down the left-hand side with Hayden Coulson, who, to be fair to him, I don't think will be starting for very much longer once we sign Engel and Bangura, but has done pretty well, I'll say, so far this season. But never mind. Here's Barlasser into Hackney. Marcus Force plays it into McGree. Is there a gap in behind here? McGree shimmies to his left, takes a shot, and that's a wonderful goal by Riley McGree. Thought he might try and pick a teammate out, but he shimmied, he dropped his shoulder, went round the outside, and powered a shot into the far corner. Look at this here. Looked like he was going inside. Bang, get away from me. Shoots across the face of goal, and it's in off the post. And what a start to this second round tie for the Boro here 1-0 up at Barnsley already. And it looks like we are hungry for more. Dan Barlasser is going to whip a corner in this time. Near post. It's headed on. Oh, it's headed back actually. By the defence. Back to Barlasser. Look at the space. Silvera's in here. And Sammy Silvera gets his first Boro goal. He's off the mark. And this has been a dream start. Corner come back out to Barlasser. Look at the back post here. Sammy Silvera peel. Oh, actually, he doesn't peel off. He comes from nowhere. Has all the room in the world. And to be fair, there was a bit of a deflection, which you can count themselves a little bit unfortunate there, Barnsley. But Boro have started. We have started on fire. 2 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals within 15 minutes. And here we go again. Matt Crooks on the right-hand side. Vandenberg back out to Darragh Lenihan. Here's Crooks again. Hackney into force, who's onside, plays it out to Coulson. We're dragging them left, right and centre here. Coulson cuts inside. He's brought down by Williams. And it's a penalty for the Boro. And a chance to go 3 up. On only the 18th minute, Marcus Forss steps up and puts it into the bottom corner. The keeper did not move a muscle. And despite not having a number on his back, which is something I think I need to fix, I don't think it's a game issue. Actually, it might be. None of the players have numbers on their backs, actually. That's a game issue. So there's our first bug. But regardless, Boro 3 up after only 18 minutes. And I mean, this is relentless. Here we go again. On the right-hand side, playing it back. Here's Hackney over the top to McGree. He's going to keep this in. Is he going to put a ball in the box? Oh, it's a wonderful run from Hackney, who makes it 4! What is this? Absolute ransacking Barnsley here. It's a rout. It's a battering. It's a beating. Look at this ball from McGree. I mean, look, through the eye of a needle. And Hackney as well. The finish is exquisite. Right into the bottom corner. And I mean, this is absolutely a dream come true. 4-0 up after only the opening half. Well, we're approaching the end of what has been an unbelievable half. I did notice my OBS actually froze midway through the first half, so I might have missed some of the goals. So what I'll do is I will record the highlights of this game after we've finished it and edit the goals back in for you guys, because I did just notice my OBS froze about 8 minutes into the game, which isn't ideal. But a absolutely perfect start. I don't know what more I can say about that from the boys. It was amazing. You're doing brilliantly. Keep going. They're all absolutely delighted, over the moon, and ready to go and kick some ass once again in the second half. To be fair, we can just preserve. I know it's boring, but I want to maintain fitness. I want to ensure that we don't get any unnecessary injuries. So we'll lower the tempo. We'll increase the time waste a little bit to be a bit of a bore. But it looks like we've picked up straight away from where we left off here. In this second half, Silvera plays it back to Vandenberg. He plays it to Silvera. Oh, it's deflected. The cross is deflected into the path of Hayden Hackney. Of course, it was deflected right to the very man who puts it into the corner. And Barnsley's day could not get much worse. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's another deflected cross. It's another deflection that falls straight to a Boro player. But you've got to say Hackney comes onto it and places it beautifully into the bottom corner. And Boro are 5-0 up here at Barnsley in what has been an outstanding performance, a clinical performance, and we're pretty much coasting our way to the next round of the League Cup. Barnsley with their first highlight of the game here. Would still like us to get that clean sheet. The perfectionist, as us football managers are, the ball played over the top, and it's hopeless. It's absolutely hopeless. It's to absolutely nobody other than Hayden Hackney, who cleans up with ease. And Boro can now build from the back with Hackney, who's been outstanding. I say that, he's lost the ball. There's the commentator's curse right here as Barnsley look to maybe spring something on the counter-attack here. Cadden, a wonderful ball at the back post. It's headed. It's awkward, but it's saved by Seny Dieng. And to be fair to Barnsley, they've had 4 shots and 2 on target, so it's not like they've been completely toothless going forward. But Boro looking for more here. Corner on the left, McGree. whips it in, and it's in again. Darragh Lenihan makes it 6. Near post header, flicked on beautifully beyond the goalkeeper. And, well, there's maybe our set piece. Our new set pieces setup that we've done. Lenihan at the front post, that's come off there quite nicely. And, well, it's been an absolutely perfect day at the office for the Boro. 6-0 up here at Barnsley. Can we make it 7? Barlas's corner is in. Headed clear force. Oh, he's gone backwards there, hasn't he? Plays it back to Lenihan. Here's Coulson. One of the last men back here. Squares it to Vandenberg. Is he going to have a little run down his right-hand side? He is. Vandenberg's fancying it here. Cuts back and, oh, he's lost the ball, but won it back. As we start again on the right-hand side, but Barlas carelessly gives the ball away to Sykes, who's then gave it away to Fry. This has been pretty poor from both sides here now. They can keep the ball. Here's McGree. Coulson in absolute acres down the left, which is how we want to set up with that width, and Force has hit the bar. Wonderful play, freeing up Coulson. A great cross, but Force could not quite finish it this time, pardon the pun, but look at that, Vandenberg stepping in, winning it. Nothing comes of it, unfortunately, but could have been 7, could have been even more for the Boro. Corner comes in. Oh, and it's off the line. Off the line from McGree as Barnsley looked to get themselves a consolation. Silvera runs the ball out, but that's probably going to be it now as we head towards the end of stoppage time, and that is it. Boro have come out winners, 6-0 winners here at Barnsley. We have absolutely battered them and have comfortably strolled into the next round of the EFL Cup. And it's been a pretty positive start, as positive as it could get. We've got a couple of achievements, thumping, racked them up as well. And, well, there we go. We are in to the next round of the Cup. And it's been 2 wins from 2, 7 goals scored, 1 goal conceded. It doesn't get much better than this. So guys, I am going to leave it there. I noticed my camera disappeared in the corner while I was recording there. I think that's when I reloaded FM back in after my OBS had froze and it dropped behind the screen cap. But anyway, a wonderful, wonderful episode. I am going to be back straight away tomorrow with the next 2 league games. We're going to continue on straight away from where we left off with Coventry and Huddersfield, and the hope is we can, continue our league form from there. I'll just put myself in the corner a sec just to show you guys. So yeah, Coventry and Huddersfield will play in the next episode, and then we might have a couple of games off screen before returning, maybe for the Wednesday Southampton game or something. I definitely want to have the Sunderland game on screen as well. So that's it, guys. If you've enjoyed the opening episode of our FM save, then do hit the like button and subscribe for more. Hit the bell too so you never miss an episode. Leave me a comment below with your thoughts and any feedback you may have in the comment section below. But until next time, guys, a big, big, big thank you for watching. Do take care. See you all next time.